lots of stuff. Come on up. Yeah. Yeah. Come on up. I'll step down. You take over. Thank you.
You can stand me up at the gates of
Hello, Elmira. It's a wonderful day, and it's wonderful to see patriots like you out there. You are my foxhole buddies. I thank you for your support, your ongoing support of coming to these rallies, and hoping, and willfully hoping, that our governor and the state of New York hears our call for repeal of the New York State Act. It's time for it to go. I want to tell you, I'm very proud to stand here with two fellow Republicans. I want you to know that I was told that I'm not a good Republican when I come and speak against those that voted for a budget that funds the New York SAFE Act. Not every Republican voted for it, and I can tell you, they didn't vote for it in the New York State Assembly. They knew that the SAFE Act was being funded through this budget. I want to know why the New York Senate didn't.
Yeah.
They funded it.
Amen.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm proud to stand with Assemblyman Steve Katz and Assemblyman Chris Friend. They're standing with me as a Republican. We're conservatives, and we were also supported by the independence line. We have three lines because we represent the people. The only people that didn't support us was the liberal agenda. We're not here to support a liberal agenda that's going for all of your constitutional rights, that says it's wrong to support the Constitution of the United States. It's wrong that marriage belongs between a man and a woman, and that we should support our children's futures, and that hard work isn't valued. I can tell you, the three of us standing here today value you and all of your work to try to make our government come to heel and be of service to the people.
That's right.
Thank you. I had the pleasure of speaking with the Assemblyman, and I asked them, I said, what do you guys do for a profession? Assemblyman Katz is a veterinarian. I'm a registered nurse. I work in a trauma center in Albany. I take care of very sick people. And then I asked the Assemblyman Friend, what do you do? He said, I'm a chemist. Do you want to know what we have that nobody else has? Well, yeah. That's right. Not only are we gainfully employed in our professions and very good in our professions, but I'm going to tell you the problem. We're not lawyers. We're not lawyers. It's lawyers that brought you the New York SAFE Act. They're the ones that made the determination it was constitutional. And they're the ones that are going to decide it in our courts. Because that's exactly right. I won't repeat that word.
Idiots.
Yes. But I have to tell you, really, if we can't depend on our representatives to repeal the SAFE Act, then the only thing we have is to let this legislation have its day in court. And right now, it's sitting in the appellate division through Bob Schultz's efforts, and I hope it's repealed. It needs to be repealed.
That's right.
And I want you to know, this is not Democrat against Republican. This is a constitutional issue. If we do not have the Second Amendment, we will not be a free nation in this world. Which keeps us free is that we hold our government accountable, and we prevent them from tyrannical control over our constitutional, God-given rights. We need to fight and let them know we will not stand here hostage to their games in Albany. We're not hostages. They are here to serve us.
That's right. That's right. Amen.
I'm going to leave you with this message. I want you to know that as Republicans, we stand here united, and we may not have full support of our New York State Senate. They may strong-arm us. We need your support to allow Republicans to be courageous, to fight to do the right thing against a liberal agenda that's being run by the Democrat Party. Now, I'm sure we have Democrats out there, and you're not bad. I'm sure you have conservative values, and you're probably disgusted about what your party is doing here in the United States. But you got to take your party back, just like we got to take our government back. Find out who you're voting for. See if they support the Constitution of the United States. Are they going to put their life on the line for you? Because that's who you want fighting for you. Do they have the constitutional will and the fortitude to stand against parties and all kinds of pressure and threats? Because that's what we're getting. We need need you to support our candidates that are fighting for you. We need your help. You need to stay engaged. If you haven't run for office, run. If you're not a committeeman on your elected party in your county, just run and become a committeeman. You are the ones who will be putting the people into office, not the power play people.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. God bless America. God bless New York State.
Hi, everybody. Great day to be here. I'm Assemblyman Steve Katz. I got a few well-chosen words, and I'm going to say one thing that I'm appalled at right now is the news that I received that my dear friend Debbie and myself are being threatened by the party for we don't want you to speak against those who have voted against the SAFE Act. We don't want you to speak against those who voted for the budget, which has $30 million in it for enforcement of the SAFE Act, with $500 apiece for those who are going to turn you in. Not a conviction, just for a successful arrest. Now, is that America?
No.
Is that the America we grew up with?
No.
We got to stand together for this. We are Republicans. We are conservatives. We are speaking for our party, and we are speaking for our people. We are speaking for those who are oppressed by the fact that we have a government here in New York that is trying to take away our Second Amendment rights. Any way you slice it, that's what's happening. Is the SAFE Act going to get illegal guns off the street?
No.
Is the SAFE Act going to provide better treatment for the mentally ill?
No.
Does the SAFE Act address any of the problems that our state really faces?
No.
The governor thinks he can dictate these terms of a new normal to us and punish legal gun owners while keeping the illegal guns out there, doing nothing for them whatsoever. And we're saying, no, Governor, you're not going to do this in the night, and you're not going to force this kind of budget on us where you snuck in that $30 million.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, look at your voting record of your assemblymen and of your senators. Look if they voted for the SAFE Act, and look if they voted for this budget. Because this budget, I have discovered and spent an awful lot of time on, is the worst piece of legislation I have ever seen. It's right there with the SAFE Act. When you start out with $2 billion in the hole, what do you think the budget's going to look like? Except that, of course, we're going to have $30 million to make sure that you guys remain criminals. That's what you're going to do. We're going to give that $30 million. We're going to make sure that we have a central registry for legal gun owners. That's what this budget has for you. That's what's in there. They like to hide that because they didn't have the guts to put it in as that. But we ferreted it out. It's there. And those who voted for it, you should all be asking your senators and any Republican assemblyman why they voted for this. We have a problem, and it's the legislature right now. Let's talk about David Lewis from Erie County, okay? If we're just a group of paranoid gun owners, why did the state take away Mr. Lewis's firearms by mistake? Of course, by mistake. This is what we have to stand together on. We have a bad law. I have a bill in to repeal this. I'm appealing to the Democrats by saying, look, the process in itself was wrong. You had no time to deliberate this. We had the 11 o'clock vote or else. This should be appalling to the Democrats as well, to anybody who's a liberty-loving citizen. That should be appalling. And we're asking them on that alone to help us repeal this act.
Amen. Right. Thank you.
Governor Cuomo's law reminds us why Thomas Jefferson stated, and I quote, "The strongest reason for the people to retain the right to keep and bear arms is, as a last resort, to protect themselves against tyranny in their own government.
Right. That's right.
That is what we're here for. We're not here for the duck hunting. Come on, Governor Cuomo, give us a break.
Send them to Cuba.
I tell you, we need your voices. We need for you. What can we do right now, okay? It's not just the legislators to get this done. We need your voices. We need for you to make the phone calls, to do whatever you can do to communicate to your legislators that you want this repealed, and you vote, and you watch to see how your legislators vote. That is the language that they understand. We need for you to bring 10 friends, each of you, to do this. This is when they will hear the voice of the people. This is what we need to do. These rallies are fantastic. They see these too, but they want to hear you. They want to hear from you, and that's what we've got to do. I'm asking you, in the course of the next rally we're going to have is on the 21st of May. In between that time, I want every one of you to report to your legislators your feelings on the SAFE Act. And then, hopefully, we'll be able to get some movement. So let's hear it for you guys who are going to really be the ones